Good morning, friends. This morning's session is dedicated to class 11, and we are doing the third poem, The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. Well, friends, you may ask the question, sir, why has this voice of why has the title of the poem has been given as The Voice of the Rain? Walt Whitman, and what is this poem all about? Well, this poem, The Voice of the Rain, is in the form of a conversation between the poet and the rain. The poet Walt Whitman presents a dialogue between the poet and the rain. The poet presents the conversation between himself and the rain. The rain is personified as the poem of the earth. She describes what she is and what blessings she showers on the earth. The poet questions the rain who she is, and quite strangely, the rain answers the question asked by the poet. She says that she is the poem of the earth, she is the music of the earth, and therefore, the dialogue between the poet and the rain is quite strange and quite interesting. Whenever the poet asks the questions to the rain who she is, the rain answers the question, which the poet translates itself into his own language just for the benefit of the reader. The rain has been, described, and the cycle of the rain has been described by the poet. As a matter of fact, the poet describes the rain and presents the cycle of the movement of the rain. The rain is the poem of the earth. She rises out of the land and the bottom of the sea and goes into the sky in the form of water vapor. There it condenses in the form of water droplets and form of clouds, and then eventually it falls on the earth in the form of raindrops. When it rains, the dry and impure part of the earth gets washed away. So the rain, whenever the rain comes, it washes away the dross and the impurities of the earth, and finally it brings the dry earth to life. Without rain, the seeds remain hidden inside the earth dormant, but as soon as it rains, the rain showers blessings to the seeds and brings back to life. So they become, they sprout and come to life whenever it rains. The rain showers blessings on the earth. It turns the entire earth into greenery. Day and night, the rain now gives a new lease of life to the earth. The rain eventually has been described as the poem of the earth. The rain completes its cycle and eventually comes back to its origin, that is the earth. And that is how it completes its cycle. The rain returns to its origin, that is the earth. Now, in this poem, there are two important things that the poet has mentioned. The first thing that the poet is trying to mention is his question that he is asking to the rain. He is asking him, say, who art thou? Who are you? He is asking the rain who she is. And quite strangely, the rain says that she is the poem of the earth. So the rain answers the question asked by the poet. Undoubtedly, there is a parallel between the rain and the music, and that is the reason why the rain has metaphorically been described as the poem of the earth. The rain has been compared to a song or a poem. It showers when it falls and produces soft falling music on the earth. The rain has a sound of music, and that is why it has been described as the poem of the earth. And the second most important thing that the poet Walt Whitman describes, that is the cyclic movement of the rain. First of all, the rain, rises. The water from the bottomless sea and land rises in the form of water vapor, goes into the sky, gets condensed there, and eventually falls in the form of rain on the earth. So the last two lines put within the bracket gives an extended meaning to the poem. Here the poet is trying to emphasize the fact that rain is like a song. The rain is the song of the earth. After rising out of the earth and completing its cycles, the rain eventually comes back to its origin, that is the earth. So that is how we come to conclude this poem, which is more like a dialogue between the poet and the rain. When the poet asks the rain who she is, the rain quite strangely answers, she is the poem of the earth. and that which the poet eventually translated into his own language for the benefit of the reader. So we can just say that this poet, the Walt Whitman, has asked the rain the question who she is, and quite strangely the rain answers the question asked by the poet. The poet describes the rain as a soft falling shower and as a blessing of the earth, because whenever it rains it brings back new lease of life to the earth, and that is why the rain has been compared as the music or the song of the earth, and comes back to her place of origin after completing its cycle. And that is how we conclude this poem, the song of rain, or you may call it the voice of the rain by Walt Whitman. Thank you. Have a nice day.